stage Emily Sweet. Thank you.
All lower your expectations. When I'm nervous and I talk to someone, I always mention my vagina. So I'm glad that, we haven't had it. But I'm a martial arts enthusiast, so boom, that happened. It's okay. I've been teaching a lot lately, kids in both high and primary school. And I'm going to do 3 poems for you tonight. The first poem is a cover poem. It was written by a kid in year 1. So it's like 7, isn't it? 7? Yeah. 7, 8, 9? 9?
5.
6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5.
It's 6.
All right, it's around 6. Okay, so 6. I said to this kid, just whatever you like, just let it out, whatever's in there. And he wrote this, and I think it's pretty much the greatest poem that's ever written. I want to be a pie so I can experiment in other people's bodies. I am crazy. Yeah. No one can tell. I might as well just get the fuck off now. I would like to invite my brother from another mother, Sean M. Whelan, to the stage. We're going to give you a double arama, a 2-hander. Is that all good? We recently started this thing at the library. We've got to write poems in the library about the dome and the books and all the fucking great stuff that happens in the library. And I was sort of thinking, like, people always say that they love books. They still want to use books. They don't want to kind of get an e-reader because they love books, the smell particularly. And what the fuck do books smell like? What is that smell? What is it?
My grandfather.
Yeah! See what I'm saying? And everybody has this incredibly beautiful and amazing and personal response to that question. And so I put it on Facebook and said, what do books smell like? And I got this incredible response. And it inspired this poem, which we do, called The Smell of It. In the dome, all the books line up, displayed, open, like hungry-mouthed birds, not taking, but giving.
Dreams like heat rise up, and cover the ceilings like storm clouds. The clouds become pregnant with possibility until they can't take anymore. And then the roof is raining with stories.
And just like rain on a hot day, there's something about the smell. The cartoon vapours that snake into your nostrils and then yank you into a different world.
Some say they'll never get an e-reader because they love the feel of a book in their hand, something tangible and real.
Tiny pressed forests between their fingers. They like the weight, the smooth vertebrae-free spine that can only be cracked once, which you do like a one-night-only cardboard chiropractor.
But the thing they love above all else is the smell. The scent that rushes out of a book like the open door of a hot oven. But what is it exactly? How can you describe it when the sensation is tied to each individual experience?
I fell asleep with a fresh new novel spread across my face, trying to nail that scent. I dreamt of apartments made of ink and crushed daisies in dark rooms.
I made book tents over my head and camped out in Smellville, trying to decipher the code of this emanating mystery.
What follows is a series of mashed up comments, dreams, imaginings, and clues.
What is the smell of a library?
Dried grass and dusty vanilla, crushed cardamom pods, wet feathers, sweet like rotting wood, closed doors, open lips, saliva fingers, burning torches in Duna caves, Secret tea lights, Egyptian cotton, sea salt and unlit matches.
The silence that gathers around you every time a page is turned, like bubbles of contentment that gently bump against the mountains of your mind. Toilet reading, scrunched up nose, someone knocking on the door but you ignore because you're deep in prose.
Fact sheets spread across bed sheets, soft like a cried-on Bible, mashed corners of vintage Pippi Longstocking, the scent of Patrick Susskind, bursts of Burroughs, F. Scott Fitzgerald fumes, gusts of Greer, aromas of Atwood, a William Blake balm, drags of Juno Diaz, a whiff of Williamson, a Vonnegut vapour.
The scent of abandonment, all those lonely books you started but never finished, waiting for you to affectionately uncurl that dog ear and sit down and say, "Damn, I missed you."
Chinese histories, pipe smoke, hidden maps, treasure chests, underground lakes, wet soil and mushrooms, Derwent pencil shavings in brown, a Broadican bouquet, E.E. Cummings in the cupboard, wood smoke and worn sandals, unburnt incense, leather and mildew, screwed up butcher's paper, a jitterbug perfume.
The pungent smell of magic and realism curling around each other like two snakes. The oil slow burning in the cogs of Haruki Murakami's mind.
Old books, below deck on a moored ship where the walls are lined with newspaper.
New books, the smell of Shiraz in a hotel room.
In between books, sitting behind the quiet girl in class whose secrets only you knew.
Your books, the comforting smell of home.
Uncooked phyllo, a timber pier from some fragmented early childhood memory, being underneath an autumn picnic blanket with C.S. Lewis, crushed brown leaves and narrative. Those days where everything looks exactly where it should be, even cigarette butts and bottles in the gutter, where all the leaves are in their places like the beginning of a play before the word action.
Denker up slapped upon thighs, grass trodden on a football field, cactus juice rubbed into ankles, exhale of breath, just a chapter between quarters. The smell of burning, screeching tyres, a result of a very almost serious accident from actually reading while I was driving my car. What can I say? Henry Miller really had his hooks into me at the time.
You're doing this,
Do not try this yourself.
Running your nose along hours of laboured words, carefully placed commas, forced full stops, only one semicolon, an accidental ampersand ending in an ellipsis. The smell of almost perfected punctuation, of human mistakes, of ink pressed into pulp like a literary tattoo. This library is a round table of mythological heavyweights, the scent of genius.
Tuberculosis and shame. Ectoplasmic dust motes that fall from the swinging chandeliers in Queen's Hall, propelled from the weight of any number of ghosts riding the fittings like a glass bull in a rodeo, detonating spiritualistic sinus attacks.
A Ouija board of fragrance to contact the unknown, smells that don't have a word in any language, smells that can only be described with a memory, a look or a frown.
Mouth to mouth. Lipstick smell, tobacco from a cigarette on the lawn. That moment when you and I took a 5-second study break and probably, almost definitely, possibly stole a kiss in the green glow of the reading lamps.
This isn't just a catalogue of words, but an olfactory encyclopedia, a great hall of nasal history, an invisible layer cake of heavenly aromas hidden in between every sentence, an intoxicating paradise. Or what is known as the secret smell of books. Where's that thing that Sean Henry on?